The President's Diary is brought to you by the Media and Communications Unit of the Office of the President. Get your reviews and updates on the President's engagements, policy and priority programs. Subscribe to the State House newsletter, like and follow the State House of the Gambia on Facebook at Presidency Gambia, and follow the Twitter handle at Presidency_GMB. If you are a fan of YouTube, subscribe to the State House of the Gambia YouTube channel and get your updates at your convenience. Get more on the OP website www.op.gov.gm. Get informed, get enlightened, get factual information. The Media and Communications Unit, Office of the President, is your credible source on the presidency.
Hello, I am Mabinta Koli and you are welcome to the President's Diary, where we take an overview of the President's monthly activities. The second phase of the National Economic Council meeting kicked off at State House in August 14th. Central Bank and the Ministries of Tourism and Culture, Finance, Trade, Agriculture, among several other institutions, met to update President Adama Barrow on the state of the recent economic development. The President acknowledged the updates from the key players in the economy and gave guidance on policy issues. Towards achieving rice self-sufficiency by 2030, the Ministry of Agriculture reported to put in place plans to procure close to 200 tractors, certified rice seed, procurement of 28 tons of fertilizers, among others. The ministry also highlighted the development of the value chain for rice, horticulture, poultry and small ruminants. In order to help women onion farmers to manage the marketing of produce at a competitive price this year, the Ministry of Trade reported that Wacom project established 3 onion coring facilitated in 3 regions. The project is expected to replicate in the remaining regions of the country. Central Bank of the Gambia reported that foreign exchange bureaus continue to operate smoothly following the publication of foreign exchange guidelines. The purpose of the guidelines is to promote a transparent, fair and liquid foreign exchange market. GRA on the other side reported that the institution is planning to launch the second component of the CISPA project, which will be the marking of the fuel products dumped at petrol stations. GRA will also initiate a digital weigh bridge, which will detect the tonnage of all cargo going through the bridge. These and several other institutions presented at the National Economic Council meeting. Next, we review the second quarter of the Presidential Delivery Forum, where ministries briefed the presidency about their plans and activities. The Ministry of Fisheries, Water Resources and National Assembly Matters announced that the ministry has constructed 20 artisanal fishing boats. The aim is to support youth and women in the fishing sector and address the issue of illegal migration.
We have constructed 20 fishing boats. Currently they are at Tanje, waiting to be handed over to us, and this will be given to communities.
The project targets coastal fishing communities, migrant returnees, Gambian Fishermen Association, and youth groups to ensure that people have access to clean, safe and hygienic facilities. The ministry also reported having identified public places like schools, markets and health centers for the construction of public latrines. On the side of water resources, the ministry revealed it is in the process of installing 55 solar-powered water supply systems across 4 provincial and West Coast regions. Once completed by the end of 2024, the second phase of the project is expected to begin next year to increase water accessibility in the communities.
We are implementing 55. That's the funding that we have secured from the ADB. And hopefully ADB is coming in September to be able to secure the second phase funding.
The government has embarked on massive road infrastructure development, critical for socio-economic advancement of the country, and the President monitors the progress through quarterly presidential delivery sessions to make informed decisions. The project covered the Battle Harden Highway, the Hakalang, the URR and CRR Roads Project, the Combo Roads Project, and the 50-kilometer Urban Roads Project. The presentation also covered road maintenance in the Greater Banjul. During a delivery forum, the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure presented on the state of various roads ongoing in the country. The forum brought together contractors and consultants to witness the ministry's presentation, highlighting the overall progress, challenges, and the way forward. Presiding over the forum, President Barrow urged the ministry and its technical team to ensure the contractors deliver as per their contracts. The second quarter of the delivery forum is to follow up on projects, implementations, challenges, and how the Office of the President could advise on the way forward. Under the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy, Honorable Nani Juara assured President Barrow that most of the projects are progressing. However, he highlighted some challenges and emphasized that they are working with all their consultants and contractors to meet the deadline of the universal access to electricity by the end of 2025. While understanding the challenges they face, President Barrow encouraged them to strive to meet the promise made to Gambians in attaining electricity nationwide by end of 2025. Honorable Juara said his ministry and NAWEC are working on access projects to expand electricity supply to 800 communities that are yet to be served electricity. He further said most of the projects are on course and are in the implementation process.
His Excellency has promised the Gambian people that come end 2025 will be providing universal access to electricity countrywide. And on the basis of that agenda, we have sanctioned a number of access projects to provide electricity supply to communities that are yet to be served.
He further revealed that similar interventions are ongoing to improve the water system within Greater Banjul area. The projects are geared towards improving the lives and livelihoods of Gambians. Honorable Babakar Boy led his technical team to discuss the Ministry of Public Service key reform agenda at the Presidential Delivery Forum. The ministry reported that it has introduced reforms in order to successfully attract, retain, and motivate technical and professional personnel into the civil service.
Looked at reforms surrounding the welfare of the civil servants, and what we will be doing to ensure that when we recruit the best. When we recruit the best, we are in a position to retain them.
Key among the reform initiatives in the public service is enhancing discipline, ethical conduct, and high performance of civil servants. The team reported that the electronic clocks have been installed in 20 institutions and the installation will expand in other institutions. This will instill discipline to promote good governance, transparency, and accountability among civil servants and improve the image of the civil service in time management. During the session, President Barrow acknowledged the ministry's effort and suggested the ministry to set up a monitoring team to add to the professional guidance to ensure ministries and civil servants become more productive. The Director of Public Service, Mr. Jallo, reported that the ministry has developed recruitment guidelines that outlines the processes, best practices, and strategies for recruiting and selecting candidates for a job to reinstitutionalize meritocracy, due process, and professionalism in administration. He added that the ministry is strategically reviewing the General Orders, Public Service Act 1991, development and review of policies, among other reviews.
To improve on the service delivery of the civil service, and also to make sure that the citizens get, the best out of what government is providing.
President Barrow applauded the ministry and his team for their tremendous achievement, noting that the idea to transform Public Management Office into a ministry was indeed a commendable action. The Barrow administration sees the need to restore public service core values and create behavioral change. Hence, the government of the Gambia established the Ministry of Public Service, aimed at providing efficient and effective civil service. In his commitment to ensuring the contractors deliver on their promises, His Excellency President Adama Barrow embarked on a day-long inspection tour of OIC road projects in the Kanifing Municipal Council and West Coast region to assess the progress of ongoing works. The tour commenced within the inspection of Bundung P15, Lot 1 spanning 2.5 kilometers. The President was accompanied by esteemed officials, including ministries from various ministries, Chief of Staff, Office of the President, and Secretary to Cabinet. Subsequently, the delegation proceeded to Sukuta, Brusubi, Wulinkama, Brufut, and Bakote. During his visit, the President took the opportunity to engage with communities and address concerns regarding the state of some roads and water supply in the communities. He acknowledged the challenges faced by the communities, while assuring that the government is taking steps to promptly increase water supply. The President assured traffic initiatives will be implemented to enhance road safety and promote efficient traffic management. Moreover, the Barrow administration is taking measures to address the situation of drainage system and street lighting in various communities to prevent flooding.
We have to do 100% finishing by October. That is the drainage, the roads, the street lights.
2 weeks later, the President with his delegation inspected a number of development projects in the education, health, and sports sector to follow up on their progress. The President inspected the Gambia College dormitories, an ongoing construction that aims to address the need for more student housing. The Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Professor Per Gomez, provided updates on the progress made, adding that once the dormitory project is completed, will accommodate around 500 students. The project is funded by MRC Holland Foundation in partnership with the Gambian government to accommodate the increasing number of students. This exemplifies their unwavering commitment to the success and well-being of students. The delegation then moved to the construction site of the University of Science, Engineering and Technology, USET building, a World Bank AIDS-funded project dedicated to providing exceptional academic programs and fostering innovation, research, and professional development. This underscores the Barrow administration's effort to empower students with knowledge, skills, and competencies to excel in their chosen fields and contribute to society through science, innovation, and research. During the inspection, President Barrow was received by the student leader of Gambia College, Aliu Dabo, who expressed delight to host President Adama Barrow and his entourage to the inspection of the landmark project. He lauded the government's commitment and determination to support tertiary education.
We are very honored to receive you here, and we will definitely like to commend the government's effort to expand the project that is here, because previously the dormitory that we were having was not accommodated. But due to the intervention of your government, today, alhamdulillah, everything is going smoothly, and the first project, the first phase of the project is almost done, and we are hoping to see the second phase of the project very soon.
In Farato, the President visited the ongoing hospital construction. The hospital is projected to offer a comprehensive range of medical services and facilities including 1,500 beds, intensive care unit, delivery and recovery rooms, dialysis unit, X-ray center and ultrasound, conference center, among others. The project will make healthcare affordable and more accessible to the people. His Excellency proceeded to the National Food and Drug Quality Laboratory in Brusubi. The facility is first of its kind in the Gambia, and once completed, the project will serve as the reference center for the control of food and drug quality in ensuring safety throughout the country. President Barrow concluded the tour by inspecting the renovation project at the Independence Stadium, aimed at transforming the place into a modern and versatile facility. Let's hear from the Honorable Minister for Information, Dr. Ismail Sisi.
Parallel development that never it happens nowhere in the continent, nowhere in the world, where a government as resource constrained as the Gambia can engage and start and initiate parallel multi-sector projects, healthcare, higher education, sports, infrastructure. I haven't seen it anywhere. So therefore we need to thank His Excellency for his vision, for his foresight, for his innovative way of thinking.
After the inspection, President Barrow expressed satisfaction with the progress of ongoing works and urged the contractors and consultants to double their efforts. He assured the people of the Gambia that his administration is committed to socio-economic development.
Overall, I think we are very happy. This is part of our routine to go and inspect project sites. These projects are very important projects. They are social projects. And as president, I have signed contract with the Gambian people. That's why I'm elected in office, to make sure that to impact the life of the Gambian people.
The inspection tour underscores the government's commitment to improving infrastructure and fostering development nationwide. The Board of Directors and the management of the National Food Security, Processing and Marketing Corporation, formerly GGC, briefed His Excellency President Adama Barrow on the state of the corporation and its efforts to reform and revitalize the institution. President Barrow commended the corporation for working cordially with farmers, which aligns with his government's direction. He pledged support and advised the board to consider innovative financing sources. He stated that his government has plans and commits to support value addition and sustainable food security policies and programs. The corporation, with the support of the government, had heavily subsidized fertilizer for farmers, provided seeds and engaged in commodity market to maintain fair prices of food commodities. The National Human Rights Commission paid a courtesy visit to His Excellency President Adama Barrow at the State House in Banjul. Pertinent human rights issues such as sexual and gender-based violence, use of illicit drugs, and the rise of hate speech on social media were discussed. However, Commissioner Juve praised the Barrow administration for achieving significant strides in the promotion and protection of human rights.
If you were comparing to the Gambia where we were before, some years ago, really we have really achieved a great success in the area of human rights. But the Gambia was known as a country where you had extrajudicial killings, enforced disappearance, torture was rampant. These things don't happen again in the country, and we say kudos to this government.
He further encouraged the government to continue striving to strengthen the promotion and protection of economic, social, and cultural rights. The President further informed the National Human Rights Commission that his government is tolerant and is focusing on addressing the citizens' right to development and the economic challenges they face. The Ombudsman submitted the 2021 and 2022 reports to President Barrow, as required by the Constitution for each investigation carried out. The report contains complaints against public offices and officers, psychiatric and police stations. President Barrow was pleased to meet with the Ombudsman and encouraged them to remain an independent body. the president announced the government's plan to build a new prison and rehabilitation centers to help prisoners contribute to national development. Ombudsman Mr. Bakari K. Sanyang emphasized its routine visit to prisons across the country to investigate the condition of prisoners and prison officers.
And it has also availed us the opportunity to talk to people who are in detention.
Mr. Sanyang reported that senior public officers are required by the Constitution to declare their properties and assets to the Ombudsman in writing. This is aimed at preventing conflicts of interest and corruption and increasing transparency and integrity. He also mentioned that his office is expecting the asset declaration of a few senior government officials. The Ombudsman also highlighted the office's contribution to election observation to gain first-hand knowledge on how people were interviewed and how voter registration was conducted, aimed at ensuring free and fair elections. To promote industrialization, President Barrow discussed with members of the Gambian Turkish Business Council about possible trade opportunities and investment between the Gambia and Turkey. The president advised the council to not only focus on exporting raw materials but also engage in manufacturing them into various products in the country. He urged the council to work with the Ministry of Trade and other key stakeholders to identify key potential investors in the country.
And the power of the president to help us, guide us so that we can try to bring them in Gambia also to invest in the Gambia, because we need investors in Gambia. We really need them to come. Not always we go and import furniture, import, other stuff. We have it here. We can produce it here, and then they can bring their factories here so that we can have employ youth.
On the issue of electricity, President Barrow said the government is hugely investing in power to achieve universal access by the end of 2025. The Gambia and the Republic of Turkey enjoy deep-rooted ties of friendship and bilateral relations, and the Barrow administration aims to make the Gambia an attractive and investor-friendly destination by improving infrastructure to boost investment, trade, and economic development. Now, on the diplomacy and foreign policy. President Adama Barrow and First Lady Fatoumata Bah Barrow were among the guests at the inauguration ceremony of President Mohamed Ghazouani of the Islamic Republic of Mauritania for his second term in office. The aim of the visit is to strengthen the bilateral relations between the Gambia and Mauritania, and more importantly, deepen the bilateral relationship between the two countries. His Excellency President Adama Barrow received Nana Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, at Banjul International Airport and accorded him a ceremonial welcome. Upon the arrival of President Nana Akufo-Addo at State House in Banjul, the duo held a tete-a-tete meeting which highlighted the commitment to strengthening the long-standing ties of friendship and mutual cooperation between the two countries. The friendly relations between the two countries are based on shared values, peace and prosperity, and strengthen the friendship between people of the two countries. On his part, President Barrow reiterated their discussion was fruitful, citing that 20 Gambian engineering students graduated from Ghana recently, among many other areas of bilateral cooperation. The Gambia and India reaffirmed their commitment to expand their partnership in the spirit of South-South cooperation for the progress, prosperity, and development of their people. This came after a meeting between the Gambian leader, His Excellency President Adama Barrow, and His Excellency Stana, High Commissioner of India to the Gambia at State House in July. The meeting covered discussions of the Gambian-Indian bilateral and multilateral relations, capacity building, trade and economic relationship, and several other significant initiatives of great interest to both countries. The meeting marks a significant step towards enhancing the Gambia-India bilateral relations, with both sides optimistic about future collaboration.
This was the first real substantive meeting with the president, and we went over various issues pertaining to our bilateral cooperation as well as multilateral cooperation. The Gambia is a valued partner of India in West Africa, and we partner with the Gambia in many spheres.
The outgoing European Union ambassador to the Gambia, His Excellency Corrado Pampaloni, bids farewell to His Excellency President Adama Barrow at the State House, following a 4-year tenure in the country. Reflecting on his tenure, he praised the country's ability to find peaceful solutions during challenging times, particularly transitional justice, security sector reform, and protecting the rights of women and girls. Ambassador Pampaloni reassured the president of the continuation of projects such as the dump site project and the electronic panel for schools. In response, President Barrow expressed gratitude for Ambassador Pampaloni's dedication and service to the Gambia. He acknowledged the strong partnership between the Gambia and the European Union. He applauded the EU's contribution to various development initiatives in the country, including the building of modern police stations, among others. President Barrow also seeks the EU's continued partnership to tackle irregular migration in the Gambia. U.S. Ambassador to the Gambia, Ms. Sharon Cromer, led a delegation from Peace Corps and the founder of Women in Liberation and Leadership. Ms. Cromer was pleased to inform President Barrow about the return of Peace Corps after a breakdown due to COVID-19. The president welcomed the delegation and acknowledged the role of Peace Corps in supporting the government's effort in key sectors such as health, agriculture, and development of the National Development Plan. The country director, Ms. Morley, updated the president on the status of Peace Corps in the Gambia. She shared their vision to expand the number of volunteers in the country to further strengthen the work and the establishment of a regional office in Basse to support communities in the Central and Upper River regions. Meanwhile, it plans to open an office in Bijilo in the Greater Banjul area. Peace Corps gives Americans the opportunity to bring volunteers in the Gambia to work with grassroots communities. In a similar engagement, the U.S. ambassador introduced Ms. Fatou Balde, the 2024 awardee of U.S. State Department International Women of Courage Award. Ms. Balde also doubles as the founder of WILL, assured President Barrow her commitment to support the government to contribute towards the development of the country. She expressed gratitude and presented her award to the president. In return, President Barrow congratulated Ms. Balde for the success and promised to support women empowerment. His Excellency President Adama Barrow urged pharmacists to practice their profession in good faith. This came at the time the Gambian leader received delegates from the Pharmacy Association of the Gambia, Medicine Control Agency, MCA, and the Ministry of Health. The meeting focused on the challenges that the Pharmacy Association of the Gambia is facing due to MCA regulations for the importation of medicines in the country.
Some of the challenges that we face are having the name and address of the manufacturer of the pharmaceutical products that we import into the country, which is indeed a challenge, and also the provision of pharmaceutical product, provision of sample for pharmaceutical products that are to be imported into the country.
MCA has introduced strict guidelines for the import of medicines into the country. in response to the discovery of the acute kidney injury cases that resulted in the death of several children in the Gambia. The regulations stipulate that all imported medicines must be labeled in English, with the manufacturer's name and address displayed on the package. Additionally, all medical packages should bear a registration number assigned by the MCA, and the importers are required to provide samples for testing before importation. The president said the regulations introduced were as a result of the incident, which he described as unfortunate and disheartening, and his administration will ensure that such incidents do not occur again. The Pharmacy Association has proposed translating medicine packages not written in English and using stickers to label them. However, Health Minister Dr. Ahmad Lamin Samate expressed concern that the approach could create discrepancies between the importers and manufacturers in the future. He suggested that the organization should engage with their stakeholders to consider being more flexible in labeling their packages, seek their support in the process, and adhere to the regulations. Mariama Sima, the director of drug evaluation at MCA, emphasized the importance of compliance and regulations.
Whatever we are doing, we will make sure that we abide by the rules and regulations of the country. This is to ensure the safety, the quality, and the efficacy of medicines.
President Barrow'S said the government has a social contract to ensure the country's best interests. He further advised the stakeholders to work together to ensure citizens' safety by providing safe, affordable, and accessible medicines. The PRO of the association, Mahawanjai, thanked the president for listening to their concerns and appealed for the government's intervention. His Excellency President Adama Barrow urged students to embrace discipline for academic excellence, emphasizing its empowering effect on educational achievement during a courtesy visit of the University of the Gambia Medical Students Association, UNIGAMSA. During the visit, the president of UNIGAMSA, John George Johnson, highlighted issues regarding the students' condition, including the need for chairs, school buses to ease transportation for the majority of medical students who come from the combos. All the challenges mentioned were medical electives, which determine where students want to specialize, and dormitories. Mr. Johnson, the student leader, also expressed concern about the high cost of dormitory rentals. The president pledged to support the medical students with more than 300 chairs and assist with logistics in supporting this year's UNIGAMSA Week. To mitigate the challenges faced by the school, President Barrow said his administration is already taking actions and working on building higher standard dormitories for students. The president also revealed that the government will soon receive another batch of buses and promised to work with GTSC to ease the burden of transportation on the students. He reassured the students of his continued support, described UNIGAMSA as a vital sector in job creation and self-employment. According to President Adama Barrow, there is a need to better investment and remodel tertiary institutions to achieve the purpose for which they are established, most especially in health and medical fields. The student leader acknowledged the transformation of tertiary education and depicted the Barrow administration as action-oriented, proactive, and transparent. He further congratulated the president for assuming the chairmanship of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation.
I must confess that the president's government, his ministers are very proactive. Since Prof. Gomez became Minister of Higher Education, his priority, most especially for medical students.
Part of the government's effort to reform the education sector, President Adama Barrow received the Moroccan Minister for Higher Education, Scientific Research and Innovation, Honorable Abdul Latif, at the State House in Banjul. During the meeting, the two discussed ways of strengthening bilateral relations in the fields of science, technology, engineering and mathematics, and technical and vocational education training. This aligns with the priorities of the government's agenda and sustainable development goal focused on education, which emphasizes the importance of skills development.
And we are pushing now to have a good link with higher education and universities. You know that we are facing now huge problems with the transformation in energy, in water, in artificial intelligence. And we are working together to empower young people and to give our countries human capital able to face these ruptures and transformations.
The Minister for Higher Education, Honorable Professor Per Gomez, outlines the plans of the ministry.
The Gambia government has decided to work with them to be able to now send our youths to go and get training in STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics, and also TVET. We are also working with them to see now how to build the infrastructure here in the Gambia, so that we have more TVET centers of excellence, and also universities that will really help build the manpower here. And just to ensure the instruction given by His Excellency President Barrow in supporting youths in this country, getting skills, is really adhered to.
President Barrow expressed gratitude to the Moroccan government for its ongoing support to the country's education sector. He emphasized the significance of higher education as part of the reform agenda to develop and bridge the skills gap. The partnership between the Gambia and Morocco has made significant progress, with the government securing 120 scholarships for Gambian students to study in Morocco this year. In sport, President Barrow hosts the National Scorpion Fans Club at the State House in August. The President expressed profound gratitude for the sacrifice, commitment and support of the fans to the national team. Abdoulaye Pouy acknowledged the government's efforts in the advancement of sport development, most especially football in the country. He commended the Barrow administration for drafting the national sport policy.
Our main objective of meeting with the President is to express our profound gratitude of the President's support towards youths and sports.
He also thanked the Minister for Youth and Sport for his continuous support. Honorable Bakari Y. Baji recognized President Barrow's leadership and his tremendous support for investing in sport. Well, viewers, this program is brought to you by the Media and Communication Unit, Office of the President. This is what we have for you in this special edition of the President's Diary. Do join us again next time as we bring you more highlights of the President's activities. Thank you for watching.
The President's Diary is brought to you by the Media and Communications Unit of the Office of the President. Get your reviews and updates on the President's engagements, policy and priority programs. Subscribe to the State House newsletter, like and follow the State House of the Gambia on Facebook at Presidency Gambia, and follow the Twitter handle at Presidency_GMB. If you are a fan of YouTube, subscribe to the State House of the Gambia YouTube channel and get your updates at your convenience. Get more on the OP website www.op.gov.gm. Get informed, get enlightened, get factual information. The Media and Communications Unit, Office of the President, is your credible source on the Presidency.